What is up, everybody? This is Domingo from the blogging channel here. Hope you're doing fantastic. And this is the video for the Accountant movie review. Now, I released a video 2 weeks ago about you watching the teaser trailer of the Accountant movie because I encouraged you to take a look at this movie because this movie is so fantastic. Now, The Accountant is one of the newer movies that is out right now, and here are the cast members of this fine movie. Now, if you have seen this movie and you know already what's going on, then I don't really need to fill you in. But here is the cast of The Accountant. So Ben Affleck, Anna Kendrick, J.K. Simmons, John Bernthal, Dag Fairch, Gregory Allen Williams, Cynthia Addai Robinson, and John Lithgow. Now, those people have really portrayed their characters very, very well. Now, here's how it starts. It starts off with a young man who has a high functioning form of autism. Now, there are some people with autism, and there are some people that can function very well with autism. Now, this is the thing. I have worked with people with mental illnesses before, and I have seen many forms of autism, but nothing like this in this movie. This form of autism allows mathematicians to have accelerated skills when it comes to numbers. So, this is how it starts. It starts off where the young Christian Wolff is in a center for gifted children, and the father is from the army, and the mother is married to the soldier. So, they bring Christian to this place and they ask the teacher, what is going on with our son? Why is he like this? So then they fill him in and saying, well, your son is a high form of this, this, and this. Like they describe it further as a high functioning form of autism. And then it allows for high tendencies to finish tasks at a accelerated rate. And if they're missing a piece to not finish their task, then they lose track of what they're supposed to do. Those are the tendencies of autism, and also high functioning behavior, obsessive compulsive disorder, is correlated with autism, where if they can't finish their task in time, then they lose track of what they need to do. And in one of the scenes, the young Christian Wolff tries to finish a puzzle piece, or tries to finish a puzzle, and they miss a piece. He misses a piece, and he has to finish it. And then Justine, the younger version of Justine in the movie, finds the piece, whereas Justine has spastic arm movements, which is part of her disorder as well. And as the movie goes on, you'll know more about that. And you've probably seen the movie already, and you probably know how good it is. So as the movie goes on, years and years pass, and Christian Wolff works for ZZZ Accounting. I say Z because I'm from Canada. Deal with it. But anyways, he's an accountant. Accounting, managing the books, and everything's balanced. I mean, there's just not a lot to go on with this accountant. There's just so much that you can't see as the movie goes on. So, as you see in the movie, Ben Affleck, that portrays Christian Wolff, he's now grown up and he has his own accounting firm, and he has very interesting tendencies and a routine where in his drawer he only has one set of utensils, one fork, one knife, and one spoon, and one plate, one thermos all the time. And when he goes to bed, he puts on loud music, has a little blinking, flashing light, and then rubs a stick on his shins for stimulation. And he also blows his fingers as well because they like that self stimulation, because the stimulation just is like a habit of them, because this is like habit forming there. When you deal with an autistic person, they have tendencies that seem like they are weird to some people, but this is how they function. Because if you have somebody or know somebody that has a high functioning form of autism, they have a certain routine. This routine just allows them to get used to their surroundings, so that sort of thing. And he takes prescription Zoloft. Zoloft is like an antidepressant. So that is the character of Christian Wolff. Now, Anna Kendrick, who plays as an accountant for a robotics company, is meeting Christian for the very first time as the movie goes on. But I'm jumping ahead here. The scene is now where these two Treasury agents are looking for this accountant. They don't know his name. They don't know that Ben Affleck, Christian Wolff, is the accountant in this scene. They just know that there was a big hit on an Italian mob family, and Christian Wolff is on the scene. And the story just goes deeper into it as you go along here. J.K. Simmons plays as the Treasury agent, and then Cynthia Robinson plays as the criminal slash runner up. So basically, uh, Jake, the character in J.K. Simmons found out about her past and is going to use that against her in order to get his way. And he gives her an assignment pretty much. So this assignment is to find this accountant because he's been all over the world dealing with different kinds of books for many different people. And wow, just how everything was so crafted was amazing. And then you jump ahead into the story, and then as you know, he has these tendencies. He drives to his house, does his thing, and then he also goes to a storage building where he has this little trailer. Inside the trailer are unmarked bill or sorry, millions of dollars in cash, gold bars, a painting, rare oddities and collections, and also just the tendencies of a rich person in a small encapsulated space. Now that was pretty exciting to see. And as the story goes along, there are also flashbacks of him and his brother is played by John Bernthal, and we don't know that until later on in the movie. So John Bernthal is the grown-up brother of Christian, and as it goes along here, this is how it progresses. It's while it's still fresh in my mind, I'm going to tell you. I've already told you how the accountant came to be, how the Treasury agents are looking for this accountant, and how Christian lives right now. So as it goes along here, we see a glimpse of his older brother, but we don't know it's his older brother yet because we've seen in the movie flashbacks of when Christian and his brother were kids. I think it was Reese or something like that. That was his name. But yeah, that is how it is. So it's crazy. It is crazy. So as the story goes on, Christian takes on another client. It's a state of the art robotics company where the proprietor and the founder of the company is manufacturing artificial limbs for people that have lost their limbs in like the war or serving in Afghanistan or just from a flesh eating disease, that sort of thing. And it is just so amazing. This story is just so thick and how he discovers a loophole in the financial books. Like there were like records of 15 years of finances in that robotics company, and Christian did all that in a day. He he balanced the books, and he found out that there was a discrepancy in those books. I mean, there was like $61 million not allotted, and that was amazing. Like he found it out. He cracked the code. And then John Lithgow, his character, found out about what he did and then decided to make something happen. So he made his business partner kill himself with an overdose of insulin, more than enough to kill somebody. And then they, when it was told in the story that he died, he then says, "We don't need you anymore." Blah 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 blah. Go away, go away. And then what happened was, he had the records on the windows. He wrote everything on the chalkboard or the whiteboard and the windows. All the records were there. All the numbers were there, and in just sequential order, and everything had the number three. It's like, oh, it's so detailed, this movie. It's how he found out about the following figures and the numbers, and also how he did a better job than Anna Kendrick. It's just amazing. I mean, I'm using their actors' names because I it was hard for me to remember their character names. But anyways, as it goes along, they find out, and weird stuff goes down. He then calls his brother. Like he doesn't know that his brother is sending out a team of mercenaries to catch this guy because he found out about the money being lost. And as it goes along, it's just so amazing. So they're on the run right now, and they're trying to kill off Anna Kendrick, and it's just so crazy in that movie. And then the accountant comes in and saves her, and then they also save the couple that Christian was helping out in earlier in the movie. Like they were helping out a farmer couple balance out their books. And what he does for a hobby is that he shoots with a sniper rifle. And he shot these melons with pinpoint accuracy. He just destroys those melons. And then now the mercenaries are after the farm couple, and then they attempt to murder them because they found out who did it. So then they get killed. It's just a horrible. Well, not they don't get killed. Actually, they don't get killed. I'm just kidding. But Christian comes and deals with them with like ninja moves, martial arts style combat moves, and they kill him. And then they find out, oh man, my guys are dead. And then he goes back and tells the company owner, and then all hell breaks loose. They try their best to cut out loose ends. So then they go after Dana. Dana is the character played by Anna Kendrick. I don't know if it's Dana. I might have gotten it wrong, but that's what I got out of it. They go after Dana, and then Dana tries to escape, and then basically Christian comes in, bam, he just beats the guys up, and then he saves Dana, and then they go out and then they run away so that they can make sure that they're safe and all that. And then Dana finds out that Christian's this super complicated guy, and then all questions come out. What are you? Why are you doing this? And then it's just so amazing how his character is portrayed and how they portray it. It's amazing. And then as the movie goes on, they then come to a point where, well, the Treasury agency finds out that Christian Wolff is an alias from many different mathematicians because apparently mathematicians, there's not many of them in the world where they have this advanced knowledge of numbers. What happens is there's only a few in the world, and I don't know the names of other famous mathematicians, but it says in the movie. It's in the movie, but it's just amazing. They have direct links to those mathematicians, and then many different names. They find that in their database there's 40 Christian Wolves, and then many different accounting firms, but they're listed over the age of 60, and they don't earn $400,000 salaries. So then they investigate it further, and then they find ZZZ Accounting, and then no name listed as an accountant there. So they scan the image of where ZZZ Accounting is, and then there's a laundromat, and then there is a restaurant, and then those two match up with ZZZ Accounting. It's a front, basically. So then they find out who the guy is. Finally, they go to his house, find that he's not there, and just look at his surroundings. There was like a bent thermos, one pair of utensils, and security cameras hidden all over the place. They were like, this guy is good. We got to watch out for him. And then Christian gets phone calls from this British intelligence agent, and that was amazing as well. So, as the story goes on, the agents are close to finding him, and then J.K. Simmons, one of the agents, says that I know the guy. I know the guy that you're after, and I know about him. Basically, in the story, when he was younger, he was there when they got hit, and he also was at gunpoint to Christian, and Christian says, "Are you a good father?" And then he was like, "Yes, I am," and then he lets him go. That was unbelievable. He would have been dead if he didn't answer that question properly, which was really surprising. So he then tells the story to the other agent that I've met the accountant. I know Christian Wolff. And then that's how they connect the dots. And then as it later goes on, we find that the sister of the company owner was shot to death. It was a brother and sister owned company. And then the brother just decided to do the sister in. And they don't know that yet. And then what happened is Christian tracks down the company owner, and then all hell breaks loose. There's like mercenaries, guns, fight scenes. What an amazing piece of action. And then finally, the two brothers meet, and they're just squaring off, fighting each other. And then at the end, they're like, sorry. Christian was like, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. And then he was like, nah, I haven't seen you in years. And then the company owner comes in. He's like, do you have any idea who I am and what I'm capable of? And then he's like, yes, pops him in the head, dead. So that was easy. And it was just a complicated situation. I mean, the delivery of Ben Affleck's character as Christian was just something that I could not expect. It was so deadpan and so like just like blank. It was like a blank stare, blank expression, like so emotionless. But those parts really gave me a bit of a chuckle. Now, I just told you the whole thing there. And at the end of the movie, they go their separate ways because they don't want to complicate things. And then as the connections are being restored, the agents are back in the limelight as the premier agents where they take credit for all that happened. But then she says that it's a team effort. So that was one of the things that really set it off. And then at the end, they just go their ways. And then also Dana gets a package from, you know who, Christian, where it was the original painting that was in his trailer, and it was a real painting, like one of the real like a Vosberg or something like that. I don't know the artist's name. I couldn't get all the details, but I do know what happened in the movie as a whole. Like I just told you that, but it is a great movie to see if you've not seen it already. You've probably seen it already, but I recommend seeing this movie. This movie was just fantastic. Now, I know that this wasn't a great review. This was like my first ever movie review that I've done. And this was just something that I really enjoyed watching. And I hope that you watch it too. And I hope you have watched it already. What are your thoughts on the movie? Did you think it was good? Did you think there were just things that needed to be done, or did you just feel that the movie needed more in it? But what did you think of the movie? Leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you next time for another video. And if this works out, I might do another one. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great week. Take care. Sorry. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week. Take care.